Hey everybody. I forgot to say.
Don't do that.
Hey everybody, Blind Wave back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Eric.
And we have Wednesday, so it's episode of Green Arrow.
Nope, just called Arrow.
But of course there is no Arrow.
No Arrow, because it's on break.
No, it's on break. And
so what's we gonna do?
Now I'm sad.
Why?
I forgot what happened in Arrow.
You forgot about... Oh, yeah.
Anyway, if you guys watched yesterday, we had our episode of The Flash, which was Flash versus Quicksilver we did.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. So today we have a death battle.
It's time for a death battle!
Which, of course, has been asked by a lot of viewers.
Yeah,
for
it has.
Green Arrow versus Hawkeye.
Uh,
Eric, I don't know who to choose in this one. They're so similar.
Yeah, I might have to do my default. I'm gonna wait until they describe both characters, and then I'll pick. Because as you guys know, we do a death battle. Or no, yes, of course
we do a death battle.
We do a slap bet. So whoever picks the winner gets to slap the other one in the face.
Yes, we do. But
And I'm on a winning streak. Of course, we haven't done these for a long time, so I've only won 2.
that's right. Yeah, you did.
I've lost every other one I've done.
You can count Goomba versus Koopa, kinda.
No, that was a draw. We all won. We all
lost.
lost.
We all
on that
lost
one.
that day.
That was a fun one though.
So
I love the Goombas like chanting ho 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 ho.
you think it's gonna get all epic and then like,
Yeah.
that was good. This time I have no idea because they both have very similar they have the same weapon. They have similar types of arrows and stuff.
Yeah, they have
use.
trick arrows.
They're
I mean,
both,
Green Arrow has his boxing glove arrow. I don't know if they're gonna do that. Which they did do in Arrow one time.
Did they?
He was fighting Laurel's friend that was in charge of the gym that she was training at, and he has an arrow, and there's a boxing glove on the floor, and he like hits the arrow, like sticks it in there, and then does this.
I do not remember that.
Yeah.
I must have missed that. That's
that was before
funny.
we were doing reactions.
That is funny. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into this and see who they like. What powers and everything they kind of dictate for each hero.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can make a decision before the death battle.
The only thing I'm thinking of is think about who they've gone up against and beat. I feel like Hawkeye has gone against more powerful opponents.
You think
like,
so?
Like Ultron drones and stuff like that. I don't know if Arrow. I mean, he's fought the Flash, I guess,
Yeah,
but
that's pretty good.
not to the death.
I don't know. All right. Well, let's find out. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Ah!
Since its creation in the Stone Age, the bow and arrow forever revolutionized hunting and
Oh, poor
warfare.
bunny.
But these two archers have honed their bow skills to a degree of pure artistry.
Green Arrow, the Emerald Archer of Star City.
And Hawkeye, purple-clad trick shooter of the
When's he gonna get a
Avengers.
costume?
He's whizzing on
He has the
boomstick.
costume.
And it's our job to
He had-
analyze
he
their
had his
weapons,
trench
armor,
coat
and skills
in
to find
the
out
second
who
Avengers.
would win
You just mean his hood
a death
thing?
battle.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is.
Probably before.
Allow me
Wolverine.
to tell you the tale of an archer garbed in green who brought justice to the rich and championed the poor.
Link?
Robin Hood?
I speak, of course, of the legendary outlaw named Oliver Queen. What, you think I meant Robin Hood? Come on.
Oliver was the son of Robert and Moira Queen, billionaire owners of the weapons and technology development company
meet
Queen
Robin Hood?
Industries in Star City. Oliver was on track to inherit the family business and fortune.
Makes
but
the chili
all
so
ended
spicy
up
it breaks Green
coming
Lantern's
sooner
will.
than-
What?
While on safari, which rich people apparently just do all the time, Oliver's parents were murdered by lions.
Oh wow.
No, I'm not kidding, but hey, Mom got off a wicked headshot before she went out.
The family fortune and business were now
Definitely
in
different than
Oliver's hands.
Era.
However, desperate to forget the horrible trauma of his parents' death by lions, he turned to a lifestyle of booze and debauchery.
Ah, the best way to cope. Well, until one day he partied so hard that he fell off his private yacht. Hate it when that happens. Eventually, he washed up onto the shore of a lone island, Tom Hanks style.
Desperate to survive, Oliver knew he must resort to the archery training taught to him by his late father. He assembled a makeshift bow and, over time, gained an uncanny accuracy with the weapon. With each successful kill, Oliver's self-reliance grew, transforming the once irresponsible playboy into a capable survivor.
And just in time. Turns out this island was home to a massive drug smuggling operation.
Hey.
How he didn't find them
familiar.
earlier is beyond me, but whatever.
With nothing but his hunter's instincts and some newly improvised trick arrows, Oliver brought down the dealers, radioed in a rescue, and returned to Star City a new man. With a newfound taste for justice, Oliver vowed
He's
he
blonde.
would no longer waste
Yeah.
his talents
Blonde.
and use them to protect the innocent. To do this, he would have to become someone else, something else. He became the Green Arrow.
There's Smallville love.
No. Don't count that. How does that work?
Yeah, he has to
His
exit.
string
Namesake,
was on the other side of the
Green
road.
Arrow favors
See
the
that?
bow over anything else. And while that may sound
That's
like
weird,
a
yeah.
disadvantage, he's developed trick arrows for every situation. And I do mean every situation.
He carries tear gas arrows, grappling hook arrows,
Kryptonite arrows,
flashbang arrows, even
boxing
arrows
glove
from
tornado
acid.
arrows?
Is
Buzzsaw
that the one
arrows.
for the Grateful Dead concerts?
No, corrosive acid. It burns through
Grateful Dead
things.
concert.
He also has boomerang arrows, along
What?
with diamond-tipped arrows to pierce just about anything, explosive arrows ranging from small blasts
Run!
to an atomic warhead, and
Wow.
the boxing glove
Yay.
arrow.
Silly as it may appear, Oliver only kills when it's absolutely necessary. So delivering a long-range punch
See?
to the face
Ah.
makes some
Huh.
sense.
Huh, he did.
At least
Yeah.
more so than many of the other trick arrows in his quiver, like the donut arrow, a weapon designed to feed children.
It's tasty and delicious.
Green Arrow likes to come to a fight prepared, and his expertise
He looks
extends
cool there.
beyond just the use of a bow.
Run!
He has extensive training in assassination and martial arts under some of the best teachers around, including Natas, the man who turned Deathstroke into one of the deadliest mercenaries in the world.
Green Arrow became such a skilled fighter that he was voted into the Justice League, saving the world alongside the likes of Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Black Canary, a smoking hot blonde who he took a liking to. I don't mind saving a few more things with her.
She looks cool there.
Being a part of the Justice League has pit Green Arrow against foes powerful enough to be called gods, and somehow he not only survives, but he actually helps.
What
He's
happened
fast
there?
enough to
I
fire
don't know.
29 arrows in 1 minute. His accuracy is so on point, he is able to shoot water dripping from a faucet at 30 feet away
Wow.
and split a grate balanced on a man's head.
Wrestled an
He'll
alligator.
do whatever it takes to get the job done. Like shooting a girl's hand to keep her from falling, or, yeah, torture. There's no way around it. He tortures people. But it's for the greater
Ooh,
good, right?
wow, that's a lot of
Of
arrows.
course, but even with all his trick arrows, his quiver does have limited space, and he prefers
How's he
to
hold all
keep
that
his armor
stuff?
minimal, focusing instead on offense over defense.
But hey, he's not all arrows and killing. Eventually, he and Black Canary got together and started up a flower shop called Sherwood Florist.
Wow.
As an expert on puns, 10 out of 10.
I love that.
Molly.
1 arrow each. I accept your challenge on
Is it the Dark Archer?
1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
That was cool.
Dude, he cut through his arrow and got it.
A hero can come from anywhere, from the streets of New York, the depths of space, or a tiny rural home in Iowa.
But growing up in the middle of nowhere wasn't easy for 13-year-old Clint Barton. Turns out his dad had some bad habits, like
Get
being
in
an
the damn house
alcoholic
now.
or beating the shit out of his sons, Clint and Barney.
After years of abuse, Clint longed to fight back and defend his family from his violent father.
Obviously, a bit too much to ask
4
of a
superhero
13-year-old
names?
child.
Favorite movie?
Luckily
Blade Runner?
enough, his dad's car did the job for him, along with a big tree. Remember, kids, drinking and driving is not okay. I mean, do you want this to be you? That's what I thought.
Orphaned by DWI, Clint and Barney had a second chance at a family and were adopted by a new dad, who was just as bad as the first.
Maybe even more. Dad number 2 tried to run him down with his car.
Until they were rescued by circus performers Jacques and Buck, who took them under their wing and into the
sword.
Carson Carnival of Traveling Wonders.
These guys saw potential in Clint's natural bow and arrow talent and began his archery training. Clint's skill rose rapidly, and he soon took the stage as Hawkeye, the trick shooter.
In only 1 year, Hawkeye became a master of his craft.
Hawkeye.
But a
I like that
rift
cowl he had
formed
there.
between
It looked
teacher
better.
and student when he discovered Jacques was stealing money from the circus and training his brother Barney to be a thief.
No!
Turns out the 2 heroes who rescued them were actually supervillains. What's with these kids' luck? Did they open an umbrella inside which scared a black cat to dart under a ladder which fell and broke a mirror reflecting the sun's rays to burn down a field of 4-leaf clovers?
No, that happened to Nick. What?
Anyway, Clint hated the idea of working for a couple of D-bags and ran away. Lucky for him, all it took to find a new calling in life was to see Iron Man soaring overhead. Another
That's it?
alcoholic father figure, but in the fun way.
Inspired to use his talents to fight criminals just like the Iron Avenger, Clint took up his old stage name, donned his circus costume once more, and crafted a wide assortment of multi-use trick arrows.
Tick, tick, boom.
So that time I think they had the bow string actually on
Hawkeye's
the rope.
putty arrows cover foes in glue. His acid arrows can
Acid
melt
arrows.
through steel. He can scale buildings with suction-tipped arrows. His adamantium arrows are tipped
particle.
in nearly indestructible metal.
Pin
Hell,
particle.
one of his arrows is
You
a
can
30 megaton bomb.
He also carries Pym particle trick arrows. Pym particles shrink or enlarge objects via shifting matter between dimensions.
Huh.
They take their name from
Pretty
anime.
cool.
Hawkeye uses this dimensional wizardry to shoot an arrow which is literally full of other arrows.
With his quiver loaded full of impossibility, Hawkeye took to the city to begin his crusade against injustice. But on his first outing, while trying to return some stolen jewels, the police mistook him for a thief. And it really didn't help that he fled the scene with then infamous criminal Black Widow.
Well, he knew better, but if there's one thing Hawkeye does when he's conflicted, it's not ask questions and follow where the old shaft takes you. And no, I'm not talking about a trick arrow. So he helped Black Widow until one of their shenanigans resulted in her apparent death. Believing he was free from the grip of the succubus, he remembered that crime is bad and went to join the Avengers.
Not just the Avengers. Over the years, Hawkeye's lent his bow to other super teams such as the Thunderbolts and the Defenders.
Avengers,
Defenders.
Defenders, Thunderbolts. I make any team better.
In the midst of highly advanced armor, rage-fueled monsters, and gods from other dimensions, you'd think a simple archer would be of little use. But Hawkeye's feats prove he is anything but simple.
Hawkeye can shoot 4 incoming arrows out of the sky at once, shatter the bow of a distant archer with a single shot, and string his whole bow and fire an arrow in less than a second. Plus, his aim is so good he'll hit bullseyes when he's strapped to what I like to call Satan's carousel.
But he is more
What
than
is that
just an
thing?
archer. After grueling training under Captain America, Clint temporarily set aside the Hawkeye suit to become the samurai Ronin. The result even impressed Iron Fist, one of the greatest martial artists in the world.
And for a supposedly normal human, he's surprisingly tough. He's shaken off falls from several stories, fought in battles with cracked ribs, and managed to not die from this.
Luckily for Hawkeye,
What's going on there?
Ghostbusters 2 shirt found him and alerted the paramedics. And he made a complete recovery within 6 weeks.
Who are you gonna call? The hospital, kid! Quick! Holy shit! That was like 100 bullets! Bleeding everywhere!
A reminder that even a seasoned Avenger isn't always bulletproof. But after this, Hawkeye's buddy Tony Stark upgraded his outfit to include some chainmail. So that's Andy.
But it can't cover everything. Plus, Hawkeye can only carry so many trick arrows at once, and has to make every shot count. Also, he's kind of hard of hearing, but you would be too if a psychopath hid behind a door and jammed 2 arrows in your ears. But Tony also made him some kick-ass hearing aids. Though if they get damaged, he'd lose about 80% of his hearing.
Well, that sucks.
Still, as an Avenger, Defender, and so much more, Hawkeye has accomplished a lot for a circus performer from Iowa.
Whoa.
Okay, the city's flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow.
None of this makes
sense. But I'm going back out there because it's my job. If you step out that door, you are an Avenger.
I love that scene. I want to watch that again. All right, Eric. I feel happy because I wanted to go with Clint, and I think I want to go with Clint still. Hawkeye.
I want to go with Hawkeye too, just because when I was looking at the stats compared to like what they showed of stats of Green Arrow, it was not as impressive.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to take a side that I don't believe in. Because I don't know, for some reason I feel like I think we've watched enough death battles to start to know like when they are giving the seeds of something, you know.
You think?
And they showed they had adamantium arrows.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
And Pym particle arrows.
Yeah.
I wonder how that
like
comes
whereas
into play.
Oliver does not have as many good arrows. Like I think
No,
that
I mean-
everything that Oliver has, Clint has. Even though I like Oliver's story better,
Mm-hmm.
Clint was in a circus.
Yeah.
Oliver like had to become a good archer or die. You
Yeah.
know. So I like Oliver's story better, and of course I love Arrow.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Arrow's a great series.
But we're not. This isn't Oliver Queen from Arrow versus Clint Barton from the Avengers. This is just an amalgamation of characters.
Even if it was that, I don't think Oliver Queen from Arrow has as many trick arrows and things. I don't know if he's.
I
As good
think
of a fighter.
Oliver Queen from Arrow is much better fighter than Clint is.
Okay.
Like in terms of like melee combat.
Okay.
I mean, he's been trained by Ra's al Ghul, and he's a sword fighter. And you know, the one thing we've ever really seen of Clint is like not that much of that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So what do you want to do then? Do you want to go with Clint?
I definitely want to go with Clint,
All
but
right.
I'm not going to force you to go with Green Arrow. So I feel that if Green Arrow loses, we slap each other. If Hawkeye, if Green Arrow loses, or no, that's not.
If Green Arrow wins, we slap each other?
If Green Arrow wins, we slap each other. If Hawkeye wins, no slaps?
No slaps?
Yeah.
Alright. I suppose that could work.
I think that's fair because my gut says Hawkeye, and as you guys know, I can't go against my
Crap,
gut.
I should probably go the other way then.
What?
You're always wrong. Your gut's always wrong. I should probably go with Green Arrow because your gut says Hawkeye.
You can do what you want. I feel like I saw a couple things in there that I think they're going to come around with and go, well, this is why.
I'll stick with Clint, I guess.
Yeah.
I just might get slapped.
We'll both get... If it happens, we'll both go down with the ship.
Alright.
All right.
Alright, we'll go with that. So, Green Arrow wins, we slap each other. If Hawkeye wins, no one's getting slapped.
That's fair, I think.
Alright, so let's see what's going to happen with this death battle.
At least if I get slapped, I know I get to slap you too.
We lose together.
By the way, I get to go second.
Why?
Because if you slap me hard, I'm going to slap you harder.
Here we go. Come on, Hawkeye.
Oh, I like
Dude,
I like the animation.
it's like Ninja Turtles. Like the rooftops of Ninja Turtles. Oh! Oop. Oh, he's got his sunglasses on.
Ding.
They both
Nice.
go through somehow. So they're on opposite rooftops. This is interesting.
Yeah. Oh. They're just using regular arrows.
Can dodge and shoot at the same time.
Not today, sweetheart.
Uh-oh.
You
Whoa!
gonna try to out-archer me? This is how it's done.
What's that?
Lots of arrows.
Something about this.
Oh!
Yeah.
Very
Jeez.
not right.
Our arrows brought out the
That-
sun.
What was that?
Tornado arrow.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Where'd you get that?
He had it.
I know, but like, what? How do you make it?
I don't know.
How's it work?
It's like Mystery Men, tornado in a can.
Yeah. Oh, swing. Where'd it go?
How you dodge an arrow?
Oh, jeez.
Lucky shot, punk.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh!
Oh!
This takes real skill, you know.
Dang it.
World's greatest marksman.
know.
At your service.
You should hear the boxing glove arrow when it hits. It
keep-
makes this kind of sound. I gotta record it.
They
and
mentioned
make it my
Canary
ringtone.
and they mentioned Black Widow. I wonder-
Boomerang arrow.
Hey, there's just.
Aw.
Oh, let's get a phone.
You remind me of my circus days, clown.
What?
Whoa!
One little arrow, one big boom. I like not getting blown up.
You're not brash if you can back it up.
There's not running out of arrows. Ooh. Oh. Dang it.
Oliver doesn't kill. That's what I was banking on.
No, it's a death battle.
Recommend acupuncture, Green Arrow style.
No! What was that?
He's faster, remember?
Ooh.
Ha! Eat your heart out, Robin Hood.
Oh, what?
Black Canary.
That's a headache.
Shot for shot, arrow for
Wait, no.
arrow.
Why's
Green
Black
Arrow and
Canary
Hawkeye
with him?
are a well-made match, making this an extremely close fight.
Green Arrow has pulled off some ridiculous shots, but when Hawkeye is at his best, it's nearly impossible for any mortal man to hit him. We're talking about a guy who catches arrows in his bare hands, even when he's been blinded.
Both archers wield
Even when
impressive
you're
bows,
blinded?
too. An average bow needs as much as 80 pounds of force to pull. Green Arrow's has an impressive draw weight of 125 pounds. However, Hawkeye's is double that at 250 pounds.
Wow.
This is the same bow he can fire at near machine gun speeds, even at a faster rate than Green Arrow, while wearing chainmail.
Oliver may have had an arrow for just about any situation, but he didn't have one for making him faster, stronger, and tougher than Hawkeye. Looks like Green Arrow got
okay.
shafted.
The winner is Hawkeye.
All right. Eric,
Next
watch.
time on Death Battle.
I don't know what they're gonna show, but I know who the next death battle is. I'm excited, but I don't know what they're gonna
This
show.
is Pokemon music.
Yeah.
Ah!
Mewtwo. Charizard.
Oh,
That's Ty.
okay. I don't know Digimon.
I love Digimon.
I don't.
I watched all of Digimon. I suppose I didn't watch all of Pokemon. There's Agumon. They're gonna use Agumon. Ah.
I don't like the theme song.
What?
Pokemon's so much better. See?
I mean, that's good. I like that. Raymond. Ah.
Okay.
So exciting. I'm so excited. I'm excited for that one a lot.
We'll have to watch that one because I don't know anything about Digimon, and I know I'll be ignorant, but Charizard.
Hawkeye won.
Yeah.
No one gets slapped. I'm happy.
See, there were a couple things in the preview that I was looking at. One was like Green Arrow. He when he was fighting Dark Archer in that cartoon, he split that arrow. You know. So I'm thinking, okay, they're probably gonna, if they show that, they'll probably do something like that in the death battle. And then I saw, well, Hawkeye has adamantium arrows, so they'll probably do that, and his, nothing else can
His
cut
will
through
split
that.
it.
So I was thinking, like, that's probably what's gonna happen, and it kind of did, but it wasn't.
I'm not sure what Green Arrow shot. Was it an ice arrow?
Yeah, it looked like some kind of, I don't know what it was.
Then it split it. So.
Yeah, and it split it.
But
in
no,
half.
I mean we kind of. I mean.
Which the other, they didn't really point out what kind of arrows they were, because earlier in the death battle they're doing the same thing. They were just bouncing off each other. Why did suddenly one arrow split the other? If
I think
it
it
wasn't.
had to been the adamantium thing.
Yeah, I don't think they said it though, unless we missed it.
And Oliver Queen obviously wouldn't have any adamantium arrows.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't use any. I guess they did use the PIM technology ones with all the arrows going.
Yeah, so he can
So,
fit them all.
I was
yeah.
waiting for him to like grow something or shrink something.
Yeah, that would be like himself.
Like, make a little Oliver. Make Oliver
Yeah.
tiny.
I'd shoot myself in the foot and have a giant foot and smash him.
I was also waiting for someone to run out of arrows somewhere.
Yeah, it didn't really happen either.
That's one
Yeah.
thing I always liked about Hawkeye in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Is that as opposed to like, I feel like Oliver and Arrow just has trick arrows just set up and ready to use.
Mm-hmm.
But in that he had like a little system that it was like he had 30 arrows, but then he could switch out what kind of tip and so like what kind of arrow
Yeah.
it was, and I like
Yeah,
that.
he'd have that thing on like, yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be like fire arrow. There we go. So then he pulled an arrow out, switched out the tip, and then shot it.
I kind of hope that Avengers, maybe Civil War, like let's develop those arrows a little more. Right now, there's like exploding arrows and there's grappling arrows.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have like some cool like.
Well, now that we've introduced Ant-Man,
Yeah.
maybe we'll get some Pimtech arrows.
Okay, see now, I think it was Hawkeye and Ant-Man that did the whole. Ant-Man was very small.
On his arrow?
He fired him and he went through a window and then he grew up and punched somebody. So
That'd be cool.
we got to see that at some point.
One thing I'm wondering now, they mentioned in here that Hawkeye, his little like Avengers, Defenders, Thunderbolts, I make any team better. What if with the Defender stuff coming on, we see Hawkeye coming in like helping out the Defenders?
That would be really
Him
cool.
fighting with Iron Fist and
I mean,
Luke Cage and everything.
Jeremy Renner's a movie star, and sometimes movie stars and television doesn't go well together, but it would be fun.
It'd be awesome. I'd love that. That'd be so exciting.
We're probably going to get a whole lot of that stuff for like Infinity Wars.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Like they split off. The Avengers
Yeah.
go this way. Hawkeye leads the Defenders this way or something.
Yeah.
And
I also thought, too, that we were going to get like Black Canary and Black Widow show up. Because they've done that before, like with companions.
Not in death battles usually.
Didn't they do that in like the Metal Gear Solid versus Sam Fisher thing where they had like Otacon versus that?
They did have them in there. I think it's the only time I can remember out of what I've seen of them having that, because typically they're like with like Lincoln Cloud, like summons, outside help, that kind of stuff. Usually they don't allow
Outside help,
but
yeah, okay.
I don't know. At the same time, like with Agumon versus Charizard in Digimon, Agumon can't digivolve typically without Ty's help with his Digivice and his stuff. So like they have them kind of put together.
Wouldn't that be the same thing with like Mega Evolution?
Yeah, like you can't do a Mega Evolution Charizard without the special wristband thing.
We'll see.
So I think that was the same thing as like Sam Fisher and Snake are basically the same as they always have. This guy's help and this girl's
I just figured because they mentioned one of them in each, or both of them in each thing, I thought like, okay, well if they're gonna mention them, they gotta do that. But you know, I know that Death Battle, like they do the math and all that stuff, and then decide the winner, and then for entertainment purposes, they do the Death Battle.
Yeah, they show a cool fight, but then here's the outcome. So the fight might not have actually occurred that way, but it's more entertaining to watch it that way.
So anyway, it's not too bad. I if it were me, and this would be very hard, but I would want to mix what we saw with the 1 minute melee with Death Battle. You know,
like taking
and
the
like
information,
incorporate the information into actual choreography set pieces versus like 1 or 2 gags that we usually get. You know what I'm saying? So
that's interesting.
That would be fun.
We just go through and like talk with Death Battle and like, hey, all your information, and we'll take it and make a cool fight.
So we'll need to get with Antoine Bandelet because he's really good with that.
With those
versus series. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out, go to Antoine Bandelet's channel. He has a lot of cool like, you know, Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker, or Vader versus Anakin, and a lot of cool stuff like that. So
that'd be interesting.
We're gonna talk to Antoine and see about setting up like a super versus series or something.
That'd be interesting.
Blind versus, or I don't know, something like that. We'll figure something out, but that'd be fun.
All right, that would be fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have our answer here. Hawkeye beat Green Arrow. I think it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Good episode of the Arrow.
We're going to have a lot more stuff coming up this week, next week, because we don't have all of our shows right now really going on. So we're on that break season. So I don't think we're taking a break for Christmas. I think we're setting up a way that we can still get videos coming out throughout these next few weeks. So I know some people were asking if we were going to have a break because of Christmas coming up. So
I mean, we might have a day or two where we don't put anything up. But, I mean, we're going to try to keep going. Game of Thrones is still going strong. We still have some more Rebels. We're definitely working on Jessica Jones. We just want to get those filmed as soon as possible and then release them out to you guys as we can edit them.
Exactly.
But no, Blind Wave does not quit for our viewers. We keep going.
So we'll be having some more stuff coming up this week, next week, the weeks after, and then coming into January, we'll start getting all our shows back in. So make sure if you guys want to stay tuned to all Blind Wave's reactions and videos and everything else, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button. Check out blindwave.net for everything Blind Wave there. And make sure while you're there, check out our Support Us page where you can see our store, which is slowly getting built up more and more, and then also our Patreon account, which is patreon.com/blindwave.
Yeah, we do all of our videos for free, but the Patreon, and because we kind of do the nature of reaction videos in general, we don't almost at all get paid from YouTube. So Patreon is what really helps us out. So if you guys can give $1 or $2, that'd be awesome. Every little bit helps.
So make sure you guys are staying tuned right here at Blind Wave, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm Aaron.
I'm Eric.
Eric, hit the button.